This week on the Grand Theory podcast.
Every little decision that you make in life, it matters. It adds up, right?
Yeah.
It adds up because, like I said, if I chose the wrong school, they wouldn't have had that physiotherapy clinic.
Yeah.
If I didn't get injured in the first place, that year, that time, I would have never seen my grandma before she died.
Yeah.
I would have never, if I didn't, for some reason, want to take the selfie stick and take videos, I would have never had no videos of my grandma.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna shop my shop.
1% better. Could not work. 1% better.
Did not work. Did not work.
Fried, but you're sitting fully me, bro.
Yo.
Wait, whoa. Hold up, dog. Nah. Ain't
Come
gonna
on. Let the
It
fam
ain't-
see it, bro.
it ain't finna
See,
be
I
like
can't
that.
even. See, I look like
See, I can't even leave no puffs out like this guy. I just
Come
gotta
on,
cover
yeah.
everything.
No, the puffs is much, bro. The
son?
fro is much. No, I can take it off actually.
This guy's trying to flex on me out
Woo.
here. This guy's trying to flex on me
Sorry,
with his
bro,
hair.
man. You got a long way to go.
It's okay now. It's a comeback season, huh?
Comeback season,
I want to let it come back.
bro. It's all gone, bro. The head doctors already told you.
Listen. You know you can come back from anything, huh? You can come back from anything. Anything.
So we're back, bro.
We back. We at it with another episode of the Grind Theory podcast.
Yes, sir.
We have done 2 episodes now, or is it? I guess 3.
It's
'cause
3,
that-
technically, yeah.
Technically, the prequel. We had the prequel, but we've done 2 episodes now in the books.
Yeah.
You know, it's exciting. I'm happy because we got to 3, man. We had 0.5 before. Now we're at now we're at 3, right?
Yeah, we're at 3.
So that's a big accomplishment for us. Loving that you guys are posting and giving us good feedback and stuff.
Appreciate it.
We can always don't feel free to like comment, to subscribe, to like. Just let us know, you know, if you like the content, so we can always try and do more and how we can improve, right? Like I said, we're always trying to get 1% better.
Every day.
So today,
No. No. So, as you guys already know, episode 1, I had the opportunity to dissect this man. You know, broke him down in pieces. The origin of the bald, the man with the balls. The man with the balls.
wait, just to clarify, I don't have a ball spot. It was just a.
Hey, you know,
I-
take the beanie off. Take the beanie off.
Nah, my head is cold.
The head is cold,
My head is cold.
bro. Nah, it's summer, bro.
No, but my head is cold. You know, this building is cold. You know,
Nah.
the windows are open.
Nah, the man's
the
bald.
draft.
Nah, the man's
you know,
bald.
You could get a cold like that. I ain't trying to get no colds out here.
Nah, bro, it's bald. The middle of his head, bro, spots.
Nah, I don't know what he's talking about.
It's a spot.
I don't know what he's talking about. I just don't want to flex on him. I don't want to
Flex
pull out
what?
the braids, dog.
Big bread.
I don't want to pull out the braids.
Yo,
on him
remember,
right now.
yo, you guys scroll back to the intro. It was right there. You can see the spot. Don't worry. You know what? Actually, yo, I'll put it below the below the YouTube, on the link below. Mage Band? I hope I'm saying it right. I'll put the link to that video right there. You know what? No. You know what? I'm gonna show the video. I'll show the video. Oh, was out there. I think it was what's his name? Fernandez? What's the guy's name?
Joshua.
Yeah. So was doing some basketball.
Shout out to March Bay season though, for real.
Yeah. So the man was doing the what's called basketball drills over there. Oh my god. I'm gonna put that link so you guys can actually see what I mean. The bald spot was clean.
I might have to delete that.
Nah. Now remember, once it's on the internet, it's always there. Never goes away. Man with the bald spot. But so today we're gonna be going back to like the part 2 of the man with the bald spot, the origin of him and what happened to him after his injury, and I guess you can go from there. So I know we're talking about when we're talking. So after the injury, after he left the hospital, what happened next?
So after I left the hospital, we actually stayed in Halifax for a month. So like after I had been in the hospital
Yeah.
and I had recovered, or not recovered, sorry, I had was good enough to be able to walk. progress was still very slow, right? I had to do follow-ups with the doctors.
Okay.
So I think I had to do follow-ups for the next maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had a stent, so they had removed the catheter.
Yeah.
Right, but I still had a stent inside, which was like a long piece of like, I don't know if it was like aluminum or
Okay.
it was a long kind of wire, right?
Yeah.
Which was there to keep the tube from my bladder to my kidneys straight, so that the urine wouldn't leak onto the sides.
Yeah.
So we just kind of keep it down, flowing in one
Direction.
one direction.
Yeah.
Because previous to that, obviously the urine was leaking in my body, right?
Yeah.
So after I still had that inside me, and they would have to remove it, right?
Yeah.
So in about like 3 weeks, they would remove it, and I had to obviously do checkups like scans to see to
like
make
that.
sure if everything was progressing according to plan.
Yeah.
So in that month, right? So I guess previously, right, before I went into the hospital,
Yeah.
I was living with my roommates off campus, right?
Okay.
And that whole situation was kind of rough too, because now, like, I can't go back there anymore, right? Because I had to kind of change my living situation because I couldn't walk as freely, I couldn't move up as freely, and I couldn't be by myself, right? I had to, like, my sister had gone back now by this time. She had to go back to work, so she had gone back, traveled back. And now my dad had taken her place. He came from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He flew up.
Yeah.
And he had come to stay there in the hospital with me.
Yeah.
And one thing actually it's like a key theme that I've noticed like throughout my injury, which I'll just kind of briefly mention it right now, but you'll kind of see as we go throughout the story. But it's timing. Like timing has been really key. Like everything was like timing. It came in the right timing, right?
Yeah.
So like my dad, like I said, is a pastor, right? So he had like a crusade, like which is like like an evangelistic series, right?
Okay.
Which finished just the time when my sister was her time was up. So like it was like a 4-week thing that he did, like a 4-week thing, and it finished the week that my sister had to go back.
Wow.
So then he could come there and take her place, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like perfect timing, right? And when he came, it was really good for me to see him to be there, right?
Yeah.
He provided good encouragement and stuff for me. But what happened was, so with my housing situation prior, right?
Yeah.
I lived with my 2 roommates, Boom and Eli, right? And Boom's real name is Jonathan, but shout out to my boys though, for real. But so I live with them, and we live close to the campus, right?
Yeah.
But now with my situation, me not being able to be there, how are they going to be able to pay for their rent and all that stuff? Because now they're losing a person because I can't be there,
In
right?
the house, yeah.
So that situation was kind of rough, I know, for them, because I couldn't really do much, right? It was kind of hard for me to think about that too, because I didn't want to leave them stranded. So, but I really couldn't do much, right?
Because you can't walk.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. And most of the time, I'm just laying down on the bed most of the day, right?
Yeah.
Watching TV, whatever. And so, the school, they didn't know about the school didn't really know about what happened to me, right?
Yeah.
I guess the football team and the coaches and stuff, they kept it really hush hush. So like I was there, but they didn't really know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until one of the representatives from the school, Kathy, she came, and I guess on the school's behalf, because I guess it was a serious issue where maybe I could have probably maybe sued or something because of how they dealt with the situation.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they were trying to kind of come in so that like I wouldn't
Sue them.
I wouldn't sue them or whatever. But what happened is they provided residence for me in the school.
Yeah.
So I was able to stay in this residence for a month, right? And this residence, it actually had like a big mirror that was right over the football field. So I could see the practices and stuff like that, right? So go to this residence now. I'm in the building here, and I'm up on the top floor. And it's me and my dad. And my dad was doing everything. He was cooking, he was cleaning, he was like doing everything, right? So shout out to my pops for real, because he held it down.
Big man Ambrose.
He was cooking. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. He was cooking some serious meals. Like, yo, some serious meals. This guy made some fish. Dog, it was fire, dog. Dog, you ever eat fish and almost willingly eat the bones, dog?
Damn.
Dog, I was crushing the bones. Bro, like seriously, it was some. He made some fire food, right?
Nice.
And the one thing he was telling me, like I said, my dad is religious, a pastor, right? So he's telling me like that like I said earlier, right? When I played that game, it was on Friday, which I shouldn't have been playing due to my religious beliefs, right? So he was kind of telling me that that attack, right? Or what happened to me, he was like, that was like a chance or opportunity where, like, I don't know if everyone who believes, but like where the devil was trying to take your life, you know? So like you got lucky, you know? So like what are you gonna do with that opportunity now, kind of thing, right? So and he told me, like, he told me too, he was like, if you need to like talk, like he wanted to kind of, the school kind of recommended that I get like a counselor or like someone to talk to.
Therapy.
But I was like, nah, yo, I'm like, which is something that I'm realizing now, but I felt like it was like a weak thing for me to do.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, nah, bro, I'm not going to be talking to somebody about how I feel or whatever like that. Right. And even like this podcast is kind of a little bit of a therapy, right? Because I'm saying stuff, some of the things I'm saying that I haven't really told people, right? Yeah. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, right? And he told me like, yo, you should do that, right? But I was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna call these people, you know, whatever. So as the time progressed there, initially I wouldn't watch the practices, right? I really wouldn't watch the practices because it was just too hard for me. I was too kind of frustrated and mad that I couldn't be a part of them. But like as time progressed, I started going out by the window, right? Yeah. I would go out by the where the room was. It was upstairs, and then you'd come out into a hallway, and then at the end of the hallway there was that big mirror that looked over to the football field, right? So sometimes I would just come there, and I would just be looking, bro. Bro, if you look at it from like a picture, if you see a picture of it from the back, it looks like those sad movies. It's like staring off into the distance. That's what it looks like. Damn. Right? So I was looking down, and I was just like thinking, I was like, man, I could be out there. It was really frustrating for me, right? It was like a lot of thoughts in my head that I was thinking, like I was really down on myself, to be honest. Like even after that positive experience I had in the hospital, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight, right? That change doesn't happen over time. It builds, right? So it was a little bit hard for me. Like I was looking, I was like, man, like it was just, I just was really frustrated that I couldn't be there, right? Yeah. But time, kind of went by, and funny enough, the building that I was in, right? Yeah. Where my team meets for practices and for meetings and stuff was like right in the same building, but just downstairs, right? Yeah. And in that time, still my head coaches and my assistant coach didn't come to see me, even though I was in the same building. Like, there's no excuse to say, like, I was in the hospital and they were like, I was in the same building. Yeah. And they didn't come to look for me, right? So, like, that was, like, I really had a lot of resentment towards my coaches and stuff, like, a lot of resentment towards them. And my one coach, who now we're in a good place now. Like, now we're in a good place. He was the one that I was the closest to. Yeah. He didn't come either. And I remember, like, I saw him in the hallway and I was walking by him. He went to go like shake my hand. I just like walked by him. I just like, I was dead. I acted like he's dead. I was so mad, right? At, how they had kind of treated me. Yeah. And I remember, so as time kind of went by, I kept, watching games and stuff like that. They wanted me to sometimes come to practice and meetings and stuff, but I was like, nah. I just didn't want to be around the team and stuff at that time because it was just a little bit too hard for me too much for me to be there. But the game, so my team kept winning. They kept winning, and they made it into the playoffs now, right? I think we were undefeated until the very last game, right? So it was like 7-1 or something like that, going into the playoffs. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we had a bye the first week because we were like first place, and then we played the next game. So that next game, I decided to come out. Like I went out there. I remember I went out there. I was like, yo, you know what? Let me go support my team. Even though like I was really frustrated in myself, I was like, whatever. But I was like, you know what? Let me go out there and support my team. Yeah. So I went out there, and I remember it was like raining and stuff like that. And that game, I was out there and I was cheering them on, right? And it was really frustrating because I couldn't play. You know, I was like, man, I wish I could help them somehow. You know, whether that's true or not, right? But I felt like I could help them, and they ended up losing, right? Like they weren't playing to the best of their abilities, and they ended up losing. And this might be a little bit selfish to kind of admit, but I want to try and be like as transparent as possible on the podcast.
Unfiltered.
Right? Unfiltered, dog. Unfiltered.
Come on.
So
Drop the juice. Drop it.
So I was mad. I didn't want them to lose, right?
Yeah.
But a part of me was also like kind of happy that they didn't win without me, right?
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of messed up, but like I'm being real. Like that's
Yeah.
how I felt, right?
So would you say you had the mindset that you wanted them to feel like you were like a key part of the team?
I did. Like I wanted to feel like like I was needed.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to feel like I was needed because I was like, oh man, like even though like these guys like they played well and stuff like that, if I was there, I could have made a little bit of a difference. Like I wanted to feel like I was a difference maker, right?
Yeah.
So even though I was mad, because at the same time I was mad, because I was like, yo man, if they won, I could have got a ring. You know, I could have got a championship. I could have got something, but they lost, so I was mad about that, not being able to win something. Yeah. But part of me was like, yo, you know what? Like, a little bit of me was like, yo, you know what? I'm kind of glad that they didn't win because I wasn't. It shows that I played a part, right?
Yeah.
A key part, which I think is kind of selfish, but I'm just being honest, right, of how I felt. So from that now, it came decision time to decide whether I was gonna go, like, kind of what course of action is next now, right? Yeah. But kind of before that, I'll tell you guys a funny story. They had to take out the stent, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I've never dreaded a day in my life like this day. Like, you understand? Because the way they told me that, like, the way the doctor's telling me he's gonna take the stent out,
it was scary.
It's like he's gonna take it out from here.
Yeah.
And pull it up to the tube. But he said that I was like, okay, they can put me to sleep. But he's like, oh, no, it's quick. We won't put you to sleep. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you mean you're not going to put me to sleep? I was like, you put me to sleep to put it in. Yeah, so why are you going to leave me awake to pull it out? And he's like, no, it'll be quick. It won't hurt. Dog.
It hurt?
Bro. We go to the thing. The appointment is set, right? We go to the hospital. Bro. Go to the hospital. I'm there. I'm in the room. I'm in the room, bro. I'm actually bro. I'm not even lying to you. I felt weak, bro. Like my heart, in my heart, I was shaking, bro. I was in the room, bro. I was looking around at the people, bro. And then they're like, yo, they called my name. They gave me that gown, bro. Yeah. Gave me the gown. I went in there, bro. When I went in the room, right, they had like a table, like a little table, and there's like, bro, like a whole list of like a bunch of people just around, nurses just around the table, just watching me. And then they were like, they had on the table they had like a TV. Yeah. And they're like, yo, you want to watch it? Because they had a camera. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you this. So what they did, right? They gave me some numbing cream, right? Yeah. to numb the area, right? So I had to, rub it on, rub it on and numb the area, right? And then, bro, dog, it's like a psychological warfare, bro, because they're like, okay, dude, we're not gonna put you to sleep, right? Bro, then they took it's like a, I don't know if it's like a string or something like that, but it's like to go through the hole, right? Yeah. To go through the pee hole.
Are you awake?
And I was awake, bro. And they're like, so do you want to watch the camera? I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch the camera, bro. Like, and my dad was like, yeah, I'll watch. But then I was like, yeah, let me see. So then I was like, yo. So then, they took this tube, right? Bro, I was like this, I was laying back. I was like, yo, dog, they put the thing. I was like, yo, what if this thing doesn't numb properly, bro? Like, what if I feel, bro? So they put it in, and it has a camera. Yeah. So you can see, like,
where it's moving around.
It's moving around, bro. They're going around, bro, and I'm like, I can feel it, bro. I'm closing my eyes, bro. I'm feeling it, bro. I'm closing my eyes. Then they, like, hook the thing.
Oh, shit.
They hooked it, bro. They pulled it. Bro, they grab it, bro. And it's, like, in my bladder, so it's, like, in my stomach, bro. So it's, like, it's not like they're just traveling, like, halfway.
Hey, viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, viewer discretion advised. Bro, they're traveling all the way. Bro, they're swimming up in there, bro. They're swimming. They go, they grab it,
Yeah.
bro. They pull it out. As he's pulling that, this is what the doctor says. He's like, okay, we're gonna come around the corner. You might feel a little something, right? I was like, okay, bro. So he pulls now, bro. I felt it like it's. Sorry, I felt it like pull, bro. Like a hook pulled. And I was like, bro. They pulled it up, bro. Bro, if you see, bro, it was long, bro. It was like,
Damn.
bro, it was like this long. I'm not even like this long steel piece of thing, right? They pull it out, bro. When they pulled it out, it felt like I had to pee.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I gotta pee, right? So I'm like, yo, let me get up. They're like, okay, yeah. I went to the bathroom, bro. I went to the bathroom to go pee, right? Like I went to go push, bro, it was so much pain. I fell down in the bathroom, bro.
Damn.
Bro, I fell down. I was like,
You passed out.
but I fell down. My dad had to come in and hold me up, dog. I had to come pick me up, hold me up, bro. I was in there, bro. Bro, it was so painful, bro. Like, bro, you don't understand. It was so painful.
Damn.
I was like, yo, bro. I was like, thing. And then I was like, yo, just take me home, bro. Take me home. Bro, I went home. Happened to me again, bro.
Oh, wow.
I had to pee again, bro. I went to the bathroom. Bro, I was scared. Bro, when I say I was scared to pee, bro, I wasn't even drinking water. I wasn't drinking juice.
Damn.
I wasn't even eating, bro. I didn't want to use the bathroom, bro. I was so scared because it was so painful. Like it's like if somebody take a vice grip and clamp it, right?
Damn.
And all the pressure is building up, and it's
you
like
can't
and you
pee.
can't pee. So in order to like pee, you have to push past all the pressure,
Damn.
bro. It was so painful, bro. Like I went to go pee again, I fell again, dog. My dad had to come and help me up. So then that day, the rest of the day, bro, you're like, you know when you get licks and your parents beat your ass, and then you cry and you're tired and you have the nice sleep. It was like that, bro. Sleep, I didn't wake up, bro. Just slept for the whole day.
Damn. Then
Following that, it was fine. Like, after that, I didn't feel it. It was just that day. But that day, bro, dog, that pain was crazy. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. That pain was crazy. And the doctors, bro, they were cheesing me because they were just like.
Laughing.
It was like a normal thing. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, bro, no, man, it's not like that. Damn. But that happened. I made it through that. I never want to go through that again.
Oh my God.
Like, bro, it was actually painful. Like, bro, it was actually painful, bro.
God, my body's feeling weird right now.
Bro, it was actually painful, bro.
My body's feeling weird.
So, after that, right? Time passed, you know, like it was my dad was like, yo, we need to make a decision. What do you want to do, right? And he was like, well, you can go home.
Yeah.
Right? Go home, be with your family, and kind of recover, right? Or maybe you can go back to Edmonton. And he's like, but who are you gonna stay with? Who's gonna help take care of you and stuff like that, right? And just think of like, bro, my mindset was so crazy, like I was still thinking about girls. Like realistically, bro, I was like, yo, if I go back to Edmonton, there's girls there. I can, you know, I know I can.
Yeah,
I can get it in, you know.
Yeah.
If I go home, my parents are religious, bro. Who am I? I'm not gonna get to sleep with no girl. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get to sleep with no girls, bro. I'm gonna be in my parents' house, under their rules again. Like I want to be home, but dog, I'm not gonna have no kind of freedoms like how I want to, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, bro, that was factoring into my decision.
Wow.
Like think about that. I wasn't even fully healthy, bro. I couldn't even move around properly, pee properly, and I'm still worried about the girls and getting it in, right?
Damn.
So like, I was like, I was trying. My dad was telling me, he's like, yo, what do you think is the best option? I was like, yo, honestly, I was like, yeah, like I don't mind going home, but I want to go back to Edmonton. I was like, I can go home for like a month and not come back to Edmonton. He's like, what are you gonna do in Edmonton? I was like, I just I was trying not to tell him what I really wanted to go, right?
Do, yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to stop my grind, you know. I want to keep working or this, right? And he was like, okay, we'll think about it. You go home first, and then we'll think. So we figured out everything. Talked to the coaches and stuff. So the coaches, because they had tried to avoid my scholarship, right?
Yeah.
Was trying to find the coaches, and the coaches was like, we made an agreement that they would carry my scholarship till the summer, right? Till the summer of that year, and I would do 2 semesters of courses.
Yeah.
So 1 semester and then the next semester followed after, right? And they would pay for it all. They'd pay for all my courses and everything, so I wouldn't have to worry about anything. So we agreed to that, and then made the trip to head back home, right?
Yeah.
It was cool because I when I was driving in the airport, when we were in the airport, I got to drive in those, you know, those things for special people like this. I got to drive in the little golf courts or whatever like that.
I was feeling fly.
I was feeling nice, bro. I was feeling
nice.
nice.
Bougie.
But I had to like I could walk a little bit, but I couldn't walk like that fast.
Yeah, that far. Yeah.
So they took me through. I was cutting through lines and stuff like that. Like I know how that's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling, eh?
Like power, you know. But no, but it was good. It was good, right? And after that, so now we're heading back home.
Yeah.
So heading back home, I was excited still because I was gonna see my little brother, right? My little man. If you hear me referring to my little man, that's always my little brother,
Yeah, the
right?
mini Ambrose.
Mini Ambrose. So that's my guy, man. So I was happy to go see him because I don't get to see him that often.
Yeah.
And you know, he's younger than me, and he doesn't get to see his siblings, so it's a little bit kind of difficult for him to be back home by himself. And also I get to see, you know, my main ladies, you know, my mom and my grandma. I'm very, very close to them, right?
Yeah.
So I would get to see them again, so I was happy about that. Even if I wouldn't have the same kind of freedoms that I would kind of want to have, right? So we head home now, right? Get home, everything is great, you know. I enrolled in school for online classes for the next year. I think I was in, honestly, I can't remember what I was in, but I think it was like, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But I was in, I think, three courses, right? I went 3 courses because I still didn't want to take a crazy workload as being home, still and recovering, right?
Yeah.
So I was home for that time period, and in that time period, there's a lot that kind of happened. But one of the things that was really, really kind of hard for me being home, or one of the things I'm actually very, very grateful for, is that because, like, being home is a smaller island, right? Yeah. Everyone kind of knows me, kind of thing. Everyone knows my parents because of the ministry that they do, right? Yeah. So one thing I'm really happy about is that it brought me a lot closer to God, especially in that time period, right? Me being home, I think if I had gone anywhere else, I wouldn't have been as close to God. And I think that's something that I really needed in that time with the injury, because like I was really like doubting myself a lot. Like I felt like I just didn't feel like me coming back home in this way. It's like I felt like I was coming back home. My parents had to take care of me again. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Had to take care of me again, and it was just like I didn't want to come back in that way. Yeah. Right. So getting back home now, there's a lot of things that I couldn't do. Yeah. Right? My parents were very like kind of protective of me, because naturally I'm just gonna try and do everything that I could normally do, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm injured, but I'm still good, right? Yeah. And not being able to be active, like, bro, it was hard for me to walk and to run and play. I couldn't run and stuff like that. So like I never not be able to run in my whole life, right? So for me to not be able to run, to like walk, I couldn't play with my brother. My brother, he saw like this guy, bro, this guy. Yo, Aiden, shout out to you, huh? This guy, in hindsight, he doesn't know it. Yeah. He doesn't know that he helped me in this way. Yeah. But he did, because he was able to help me bring out other parts of my my competitiveness and the athlete side of me without me being physically able to do those things. Yeah. But this guy, bro, this guy saw it as an opportunity to come for the throne, bro. I'm telling, like, this guy
was trying to come after me.
Bro, this guy was coming after me. He was like, yeah, I would play you in soccer, but I'd bust your ass. He's like, yeah, you're injured. Your kidney is split now, so I know you can't do much. Like, yo, this guy was just roasting me, like cooking me, like on open fire, man, open flame.
He's like, I'm taking the throne.
This guy's taking the throne. He was like trying to beat me in everything. He's like, I would, but kidney, huh? Like he's like, bro, you're just like roasting me, bro, roasting
Oh my God,
me.
bro, that's killing me,
He's just
bro.
roasting me, right? So, like, I remember, initially, right, the first little bit that I was home,
Yeah.
I was still kind of down on myself. I was like, oh man, there's so much things I can't do. I couldn't go to the beach, bro. I love the beach.
Yeah.
Couldn't swim, bro. I couldn't go on up in the bush like how I usually like to do, right? I like to
Yeah.
go up in the bush, just kind of meditate, think. I couldn't do that in the early parts.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. So, I couldn't play with my brother, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so we're just gonna take a quick technical break. We're gonna be right back. We're right back, and
so yeah, so I couldn't play with my little brother like the way I wanted to. I couldn't, fight with him and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard for me. So initially, when I first kind of went home, I was still kind of down on myself. I was like, oh man, there's so much I can't do, bro. Like I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But then one thing that I purposed in myself, I was like, you know what? I can't do all these things physically, but I'm gonna, these grades, like my grades, because remember I told you I had a 1.1.
Yeah.
Not even, I think it was, yeah,
1.0 or 1.0. I can't remember.
1.0 or
I think
1.1
1.1.
GPA going into university, like going into my first semester of university, right? So I was like, you know what? Nah, bro. I'm gonna, because I was like, it's not a reflection of me.
Yeah.
I know that I can do good. I just didn't care. Right? So I was like, you know what? Watch. I was like, I told my parents, I was like, I'm gonna get all A's. I'm gonna get a 4.0, bro. I was like, all right, I took those courses. I busted my ass, bro. Every day,
Yeah.
studying, bro, studying every
Assignments,
day.
everything seriously.
I was taking everything seriously, bro, because what I wanted to do too is like, I noticed my brother like looks up to me a lot, right? So I was like, I know previous times when I come back home, he's like, oh yeah, my brother's playing sports, so you can tell all his friends.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like, oh, now my brother's injured and look out, like he's mashed up now.
Mashed up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't want it to say that, so I was like, so a lot of things that, like, I actually give a lot of credit to my little brother because it helped motivate me. I was like, nah, bro, I don't want him to think that. I want to show him that I can come back from anything. So that
So he has that mindset.
So he has that mindset, you know. So I was like, no, I have to come back from this thing, bro. I have to, bro. I got to make myself better and stronger. And I kind of, at first, it started with the schoolwork, right?
Yeah.
And that's, like, honestly, that's where I got a lot of, remembering that gives me a lot of motivation to keep going, like, even when I'm struggling now currently, because it's that little bit of momentum, right? It's like me doing that schoolwork, I was pushing myself in the schoolwork, I was like, okay. And then as I started pushing myself in the schoolwork, I started doing other little things a little bit. Like, my mind started changing towards other little things.
Yeah.
So first, it was my schoolwork.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna get A's. I'm gonna get A's. Yeah. You know, if my brother's struggling with schoolwork, I'm like, yo, look at what I'm doing. I'm gonna get A's.
I'm injured.
Like, I'm injured, I'm gonna get A's. No excuses.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna get these A's. And I was pushing myself. I was doing exams. I was getting A's. I was getting B's in the quizzes and stuff like that. So I was happy about that. And then, then I started getting a little bit more healthy, right?
Yeah.
And then I told my mom, I was like, you know what? While I'm here, I got to get better. I'm here for this time. Yeah, I'm going to get better. I want to learn a new skill. I want to learn how to cook. You know, so I was watching my mom bake and cook and all these things. I'm like, yo, I'm going to come cook with you. Whatever you think, I'm going to come make it with you, you know? I came, I was trying to learn different skills, learn how to make food, make bakes, make sweet bread, all these different things, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Ladies, you see, there's a beast in the kitchen.
I'm a chef. Actually, no, I'm not a chef, but I'm coming for that chef spot. Just don't sleep on me, you know? Don't sleep on the boy. So, so after, I started doing that.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then as I started building my strength a little bit, I started going for walks. Yeah. And on these walks, what I would do is that, and this is kind of where the kind of the motivation for the grind theory even kind of started, right? From way back in those kind of times, is that I started listening to people's stories, right? Of how they've come from, crazy circumstances and how they kind of fought back, right?
Yeah.
From those things, There's a guy, his name was Colin O'Brady. I always remember the podcast. And this guy, he got shout out to Colin O'Brady. I'm gonna interview you one day. I'm just gonna say that. But he went to he walked the Antarctica, I think, by himself. He trekked through Antarctica by himself, like completed the whole thing. I think he went to the North Pole or whatever. He went by itself with just like a sled of provisions or whatever.
Yeah.
And he made it all the way through. And he competed against another guy that was like in the Navy, but he got there first over that guy, right?
Yeah.
And he had came back from a scenario where he was like burned in a fire in Thailand, in Thailand. And he was like burned severely. Like they thought he was never gonna walk and stuff. And he came back from it. And like that podcast, I remember I listened to that podcast. What I would do is like, I would go, we had a piece of land that was kind of close by.
Yeah.
And I would walk to that piece of land. And there was like a kind of like an abandoned church kind of there. And there was like a mango tree. And I would come in, I would sit, I would take my little food. I would take my backpack and I would take my phone and I would listen to these podcasts. And I would come and I would sit there and I would just go eat. And I would take my notebook with me. If people who know me, I always have my notebook. I'm writing stuff down, right? And I went there and I would just go and listen to the podcast and I would write stuff down.
Yeah.
Write stuff down. And that podcast really started like, I was like, okay, this guy can come back. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started making videos from like back home. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back faster, bigger, stronger, better than I ever been before.
Yeah.
And I made the goal that I wanted to be better in every aspect of life. I was like, okay, I took this as an opportunity. This guy broke me, bet. This guy mashed me up, bet. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna recreate my body, recreate everything, be better in everything, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. I'm gonna be back better in every scenario, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm still working on even to today.
Yeah.
Right? That's like my kind of the ultimate goal. But like I started from that time.
Yeah.
And that's when I started making those videos. Trying to like, when I was making those videos, it wasn't even like I was talking to anybody else. I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
Right? And but I kept posting those videos. And I started like those podcasts that I was listening to really like gave me a lot of life. I wrote down so many ideas for Island Grind and all those things. Like literally that's where I like wrote down a lot of things for Island Grind. I was like every day writing, making calls, like all these stuff, right? And it started like it started building up. It started building up, right? It started building up. And it only started with the one little step, like I said, the school, just like one little move that I made, right?
Yeah.
And so from there now, I remember I still had checkups too, right?
Yeah.
I still had to check myself up while I was down there as well.
Good.
And I started playing against my brother. Me and my brother, I was like, okay, you know what? To keep myself competitive, seeing that I can't run and play with you like how I want to, I'm like, we're going to play. We had board games and stuff. I'm like, we'll play board games, right? Board games. So we had a game called Trouble. We played Trouble. We play Chinese checkers.
Yeah.
Dog, my brother whooped my ass. Bro, when I say he whooped my ass, bro, he whooped my ass, bro. And he's younger than me. He's like 11, 10 or something like that. Bro, when I say he whooped, bro.
Whooped it.
Whooped it, bro.
Whooped it.
And he, and bro, you think I talk? Dog. This guy was like, man, you stupid, man. You can't beat me. So, he's telling me, he's like, man, you're in university?
Wow.
This guy was like, he was dead. When I say he was
dissing
dissing me,
you, bro,
I was so mad. He knew how to, bro. I was so mad. I was so mad, bro, because I played him like 3 times. Bro, this guy, when I say this guy busted, bro. When I say he beat me bad, bro. Like bad, bro. But I never played the game, right? I never played the game before. But I was like, you know what? Bet. When he went to sleep, bro, I stayed up. Asked my mom, I stayed up, bro. I stayed up. Bro, I went on YouTube. I looked how to play the game, bro. I looked because I was like, yo, bro, this guy can't beat me, bro. The way he was talking to me, bro, was actually disrespectful, bro. It was actually disrespectful. I couldn't take it. I was like, nah. Bro, I stayed up. Bro, I learned how to play the game. I was like, yo, let's play tomorrow. Let's play tomorrow. Came home from school. I was waiting, bro. I had the board set up. I was waiting for him. I was like, yo, let's go. Played him. I did the moves that I learned in the YouTube. I'm like, beat him. He was like,
wait, what?
Nah. And he said, let's play again. I'm like, all right, let's go. Made that boy cry. Bro. Made that boy. And then from then, he never beat me since I was there. Never ever beat me again.
Damn.
I got the throne, Aiden. I got the throne. And I just said that to him, you know. So he never beat me again. But I needed that. Like,
Yeah.
like as much as he doesn't realize, I really did need that.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that he did that because he didn't treat me like even though he didn't treat me like I was less like I wasn't
than him.
like I less than him in maybe physically I was, but not mentally in terms of
yeah.
the games, right?
Yeah.
He still was going at me, which
Yeah.
is still
He
inside of my
didn't give
competitiveness,
you, give you
right?
like a what's it called, like a soft touch because you get injured. It was
Exactly.
Like, nah, he treated you like, yo, you're normal.
He still did that, and that like helped me a lot. And I think that's big for people who are like injured too. Like sometimes you sympathize with them, but I think sometimes they need like you
That
to still
push.
treat them
Yeah.
like they're still a beast, right? So that helped me a lot. So shout out to my little man for that, man. I really appreciate that because it wasn't only that game. It was numerous games. We were playing Connect 4. He would be beating me in Connect 4. I'd be beating him back,
So
like
busting
back
his
and
ass.
forth. Like it was back and forth, like that. So my competitiveness was there. I was like, oh, okay,
It's going back.
right? It was coming back, and it was really good. So I kind of fed off that, and I started seeing improvement, right? I started seeing a lot of improvement. Then I still have to get checkups, like I said, right?
Yeah.
I got a really funny story. Okay, this one is untold. Untold, okay? I don't even know if I want to tell it. 'cause
Unfiltered, untold.
I don't even know if I want to tell it because it's
Drop-
bad, yo. It's
Drop the
bad.
juice. Drop it. Don't worry. If you need to censor, we'll censor anything. Drop the juice.
Yo, you guys are lucky, huh? You guys are lucky.
Drop it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Before he does, though, yo, go subscribe.
Yeah, go
Drop a
subscribe.
comment. Yo, drop
Go
a like.
comment. Go drop a like.
Drop a like.
Because you're getting some unfiltered, real nice
Unfiltered.
juice right now.
Trust me, this is one thing a lot of people never say. Don't worry, if it's censored, we'll still put it up. Oh, we'll put it up. Don't worry. Trust.
So okay.
Dum dum dum.
So I had to get a checkup in the hospital, right? For my kidney just to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
So they take me through these doors, right? They take me to the back, and I had to get my number and I had to wait. So a lot of the times to fully see how my kidney is, they had to inject you with like a fluid so that you could gives off a different kind of contrast in your body so they can see exactly how my kidney is healing, right?
Yeah.
So we went to the room, right? I'm by myself, right? By myself. I believe my parents were outside. I don't even know if my parents were outside. I don't think. Maybe like my mom might have been there. My dad might have been there, right? And I went into the room. Yo, the nurse looking sweet.
Wait. Don't tell me it's what I think it is.
Yo, the nurse looking sweet.
Oh my god.
Sweet like chocolate strawberry. Listen, looking sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, listen, she looks good. But I'm there. She's telling me like, okay, you know, take your clothes off, put on this gown, and then I'm gonna inject you with the thing, right? So I'm like, okay. Take my clothes off. I lay on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Remember, the nurse looks sweet. Like, bro, she's sweet. Bro. Okay? Bro, so I'm going there. I sit down on the bed. Bro, they inject me with this fluid, right?
Yeah.
It's like a yellow contrast, like a yellow dye, right? They inject it with me. Inject me with it. Bro, so I'm laying down. She injects me with the fluid, and I'm like, but I can feel it. I'm like, yo, bro, is this supposed to feel like this?
Yeah.
She's like, yo, no, it's fine. I'm like, are you sure? Because I don't know. Like, bro, I don't know if it's supposed to feel like this, right? And I'm there. She's like, tell me this just to lay down, right? But I was like, nah, yo, I can't lay down because I could feel, what happens, it heats up your body,
Yeah.
right? So it injects and my body starts to get warm,
Yeah.
right? It gets warm in your body. And so, bro, I'm feeling it, and I was like, nah. Bro, I get up, I sit up, bro. I puked, bro. I puked and I shit at the same time, bro. So it was like,
Yo, so like that. Wait a minute. That is not what I expected.
bro.
Wait, what?
Bro, so like I came up and I was like, puked, bro. I farted, bro. It was like, bro, I farted at the same time, and everywhere, bro, like all in the machine.
Did you do it on the face?
No, I didn't do it on her face.
Okay, good.
But like,
good.
cause she was standing a little bit further back, bro. Everywhere on the ground, bro, and it was like it was the same color as the fluid, right?
Yeah.
Yellow, bro. Everywhere on the ground, bro, and I said, bro, I farted bro, one big fart like, and everywhere, bro. And I was like, dog, I was so embarrassed, bro. Like, bro, she was like, it's okay. I was like, dog, I was so, bro, I didn't know what to say, bro. I was like, what do I say, bro? I was there like this. Bro, I didn't know what to say, bro. I can't be like, like I said, I'm sorry, but like I was like, yo, this lady doesn't respect me. After this, I was like, yo,
nah, bro, you get it,
bro. I didn't even want to go back to the hospital, bro. She had to clean, bro. She had to clean up, bro. I had to go put my clothes back on, wipe up, bro. Like, bro, it was bad, man. I came out. But I didn't. She like talked to my parents, but I wasn't even looking at her eyes, bro. I was like this. I was looking down, bro. I couldn't even look her in the eyes no more, bro. Like, it was bad, bro.
Oh my god.
Listen, I haven't told nobody that story, huh?
Like I said,
so listen, just.
Like I said, he puked and he shot it. Oh my god.
It was bad. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
God.
Like it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So you guys got a gem because I didn't tell nobody that story. Nobody. So,
but though, like you mentioned, she was cleaning up though. For real, though, respect. Shout out to all the nurses out there.
Respect all the nurses out there, man, because I know you guys have to deal with some stuff
weird,
like how my situation was, and you still persevere through it, still looking sweet and everything, you know. So. And I think it was worse because she looks sweet. Like
you said it
like,
looked sweet.
If I was in good health, I would have talked to her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
nah. If you didn't puke or you shot yourself, you probably would have.
Bro, after that it was like
because you did that. You were like, nah, I'm not shooting my shot anymore.
Bro, it wasn't. After that, I was like, there's no chance, bro. There's no chance. I just packed my bags and left.
At least the good thing is you didn't do it in the face.
Yeah, imagine bro. I was I was trying to put. I tried to like control it, bro.
It was just,
bro. It was actually bad, bro. Because it was like. It was like I farted and at the same time, bro. It was like, So,
oh my god.
That was bad, but then I moved past that and
that's good.
I started recovering, bit by bit.
Yeah.
And then I went. So where I was initially, I was in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? So St. Vincent is the main. St. Vincent is the main island, right? Yeah. And then the Grenadines are the smaller islands. Yeah. So you have Bequia, you have Myro, you have Canawan, and then you have Union Island. Union Island is where my family is really originally from. So I went back to Union Island. That's where my grandma lives. That's where I went to school and stuff like that. Yeah. So I went back to Union Island, right? After I had started recovering and stuff like that. I would rather spend my time in Union Island. That's where I like to be. That's like my home. It's considered my home. So as I got healthier, I went back to Union Island, right? I spent time with my grandma. And just for some reason, right? I was really happy to see my grandma, man. I was super, not for some, I know why I was happy to see my grandma, but for some reason, in all the years, because I used to live with my grandma, right? I grew up with my grandma. Like my parents, they had to, because my dad was a pastor, he was moving around lots. Yeah. So when I was in school in Union Island, I actually just lived with my grandma. I didn't live with my parents. Yeah. So me and my grandma are very close. We used to beef a lot back when we were younger and stuff, have little problems, but that's my lady no matter what. That's my ride or die, right? And when I went home, she was a lot older and stuff like that, but I was, that's my lady. So I was loving her up, hugging her up and stuff. And I remember I had never had any pictures with my grandma. Yeah. I never had any pictures with my grandma, right? Ever. Like I never had no videos or anything like that. But for some reason, like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna I don't really like taking pictures like that, right? Yeah. I don't really like taking pictures and videos and stuff. It's like hard for me to do that. So I was like, you know what? For some reason, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna start taking some videos and pictures. Like I don't know why. I just felt compelled to do it, right? So I was like, all right. So like I had I think I found a selfie stick in the house somewhere, and I like took it and I had a camera and I just started taking videos of me and my grandma, right? Yeah. And took videos of me and my grandma that year, just like different things that we were doing. And then as time went by, when I was in Union Island, I also I know the island pretty well, so I started getting a little bit more healthier. Yeah. And what's crazy is that I started doing climbs. Like they have a big hill is like the is one of the higher mountains in the area, right? It's like a high kind of mountainous place. So I went there. I went to Tibet. Tibet Rock is the highest point in the whole of Union Island. So I went to Tibet and I went to Big Hill. This is when I was injured, not 100%, and I've never done it prior to that.
Yeah.
So I never did it when I was fully healthy, and now I wasn't healthy, and I did it. So I was like, yo, I'm a beast. Like I started building. I was like, yo, wait, because I'm doing stuff that I've never done before.
Yeah.
I'm going places that I've never been before.
Yeah.
When I'm not 100%.
So imagine what
And it started building momentum in me. I was like, yo, and it made me want to do more of these things, right? And so I was in Union Island for a long time, catching up with my cousins and my family. You know, shout out to Jovel, Janicia, you know, and my people back home. So like I was home, getting better, and then I actually came back to St. Vincent, right? I had to come back and get my checkups and stuff. I came back to St. Vincent, and my grandma was kind of sick, so she came back with me.
Yeah.
Right, she came back with me, and she actually stayed with us in St. Vincent, right, with us. And I just took more videos of her. She had to go to the doctor and stuff, so I went because we were both home most of the time. I spent a lot of time with my grandma, like a lot, right, because we were both kind of injured, right? So I spent a lot of time with her, which I'm like really, really grateful for it, and you'll find out why in a little bit, right? So spent a lot of time with her, a lot of time with my mom, my dad, and stuff like that as well. And so even when I was back in St. Vincent, I started going to some other places. I started going to, I went to like this fort. I'd never been there before, exploring all these different places in St. Vincent that I'd never been to. I went to like this waterfalls. I climbed up these waterfalls while I wasn't fully healthy, right?
Yeah.
And then it really, like, that taught me a really big lesson. It was like, the only limit that you can put on yourself is your mind. Because even though my body wasn't physically where I was supposed to be, in my mind, I was like, no, I just did that. I just climbed that highest peak in Union. I'm like, yo, bro, I can go here. And as I started doing that, bro, I did, in that time that I was injured, I did more things that I had never done when I was healthy than ever.
Never, yeah.
Right? And it really showed me, it taught me a lesson. It's like the only limit that you have is the limits that you place on your mind.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like that's the only limit that you have, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. And because if I was thinking like, oh, I can't go here, I can't do this, I can't climb that, then I wouldn't do it. But I didn't limit myself like that. Yeah. So that's one thing I was really happy about. And shout out to Tammy, shout out to my boy Pancho, who took me to those places, right? And it was like, they kept me company and they kept my spirits up, right? And I got a lot of love for them. So I'm happy about that. But then as the time went by, I was getting into like 6 months, like 7 months, 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah.
This whole time, no sex, no nothing. Right?
I was clean.
Rough night, bro. It was rough. It was hard. But going through that, I was getting better every day. Spending time with my little man, doing all these different things. I was seeing a lot of progress, spending a lot of time with my grandma, all these different things, right? And then it was getting time now, my schooling. So you get my results back, 4.1. 4.1, right? 4.1 GPA. So I got all A's, A plus, right? So I was really happy about that. The momentum was just building, because I was like, yo, man, I got all A's. I'm climbing I'm going to all these new places. Like, I went swimming. Like, I really started feeling like myself. So I was getting healthy, and I'm like, yo, my parents were like, yo, you can almost kind of go back to Canada soon. I'm like, okay. And I had been there for about 9 months now. Almost about 9 months, right? 9 months, almost a year. And I came back to Edmonton now. I came back to Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
So when I was in Edmonton now, I was back for about maybe a month or 2 months, right? And that year turned out to be like the hardest year of my life, right? So I came back, and then my grandma got sick.
Yeah.
And my grandma got sick, and then she got like really sick. But I thought she'd be fine, she'd be fine. And she kind of got really sick, and unfortunately, my grandma ended up passing away.
Yeah.
Right? And so she ended up passing away, and like I was here, right? And like what I said earlier in the podcast was really big about timing, right? So when I look back on this injury, I don't regret it at all. Right? That's one thing. I don't regret it at all because if it wasn't for me getting injured, I wouldn't have been able to go home and spend time with my grandma before she died. And that inclination to take those videos out of nowhere, like now I have videos of my grandma before she died, and I didn't have any before that I didn't have anything of my grandma, right? So sometimes when I'm thinking about her, I can go back and watch those videos, right? And like I can see me and her laughing and stuff like that, and like it like boosts my spirits because like that was like I was really close to her, right? And for me to be able to have that now, I'm really happy that happened. So I don't regret anything. There's always like a reason for things to happen, right? And that wasn't the only thing that occurred. Later on in that year, that same year, right? So I went down for the funeral. Went down for the funeral. The funeral actually happened to be a really great experience in that all my family members, like a lot of my family from different parts, it was like almost like a family reunion. So I got to see lots of my cousins and stuff like that. So like it was like a celebration in a way, right? Getting to be there with all my family members. One thing, I won't kind of go super in depth into it, but I didn't get to see my grandma buried on the final day. I didn't get to see her body or anything, her casket. Like a little situation happened. My sister, we went to like the day of the funeral. We went to we were going to the beach, and she was like going by herself to the beach after we were leaving. And like then the day of the funeral, it was getting close to funeral time, and like I didn't see my sister. I was like, yo, she's not back yet. She knows like we only came here for this one reason, for this funeral. So like, why is she not here? And I couldn't find her. We couldn't find her. She didn't come home, and it's like the funeral was starting, and I was like, I got worried. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go look for her. So I went with one of our family friends, and I went to go look for her, and I couldn't find her. Right, I was looking, and we went back to the beach. I'm like, yo, and I started panicking because like I'm like, yo, I don't know if something happened to my sister. Like we're calling around, we can't find her. And then like I'm like, yo, like what's going on? Like I can't find my sister, and I just, instead of like even thinking through things, I just automatically, I was like, oh, like what if somebody took her or something like that. And I remember there was like on the road to where the beach was, there was like the entrance, and then there was the ending, right? And so at the entrance of it, there was a lady that works there, and I know her, right? And she was like, oh, I saw your sister go in here, but I never saw her come back out. So I'm like, yo, what do you mean? And then at the beach, like the one guy's like, yo, I saw your sister come here, and I saw her leave. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean you saw her leave? So like something happened to her within that period of time. So then I started like panicking. I was like, yo, what the heck? I was like, yo, where's my sister? I'm like, so I'm panicking. I'm like, yo. And then they told me like, one of the guys like, oh yeah, there's a crazy guy that kind of walks around this street. I'm like, yo, and he's like, yeah, he's from St. Vincent. He walks around the street, so like and like now I'm like, yo, in that moment I was like, yo, dog, if anything happens to my sister, I'm gonna. Some people are gonna suffer, bro. Like what I'm saying, like I'm not gonna. I was just in a really rough mindset because my grandma just died, bro. And then now I'm imagining losing my sister. I'm like, yo, bro, I can't handle this, bro. I can't lose two of these people in the same day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I started snapping, bro. I started snapping on the guy who was driving me, bro. I started cussing this guy. People never seen me that mad before, right? People never, like I'm usually like very kind of calm and stuff like that, and people never see me that mad. And I was like losing my mind, bro. Like I was running around bro. I was in my church boots and everything, running into the mud, bro, in the marsh. I was like, Arlene, scream, bro, scream for myself. I'm like, yo, screaming, bro. Like I'm crying, bro. I'm screaming or whatever like that, right? And it's just like I was so under so much stress. Like I remember the guy was like, yo, don't worry, you'll be fine. It's Union Island, like it's pretty safe. I'm like, yo, I was in his car, like smashed his dashboard, and I started swearing at this guy. I was like, yo, no effing, don't tell me nothing, bro. Like, don't tell me it's my sister, bro. You telling me you think it's a game, bro? Like, yo, my grandma's dead. Like, now my sister's like, don't tell me shit, bro. Like, and I was losing my mind, and like, I had to actually apologize to him after because like, bro, I was saying some crazy stuff to that guy, right? But fortunately, she was okay. Just kind of like it was just like a misunderstanding. She wasn't feeling too good, and one of my other cousins picked her up on the way.
Yeah.
And then they came to the funeral a little bit later. So like but they didn't communicate it with everybody. So like I didn't know.
You know, yeah.
All right, I didn't know. And when I got to the funeral, I got there late, and I was so frustrated and mad. I missed my grandmother's open casket. So by the time it was already closed, and I came there late, I missed the eulogy, all that stuff. So I was really, really mad, right? And that day was just super hard for me because of all that stuff that I kind of went through.
Yeah.
But that passed, and then just to kind of go through it quickly, but the rest of that year, right?
Yeah.
Now I come back. So now after that funeral is done, I come back to Edmonton.
Yeah.
Right? Like, bro, like a month, maybe I think it was like a month, maybe 2 months later, bro, my mom has a heart attack.
Yeah.
So my mom has a heart attack.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, bro, what is going on, bro? Like, bro, I just came from an injury. My grandma died. Then my mom had a heart attack. So I'm like, yo, dog, what the hell, bro? So now I'm panicking, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm in Canada. I can't even go back. Like, and I think what was more frustrating for me was like, I didn't have the resources to be able to go back or to do anything.
Yeah.
And that was really frustrating for me. And that's really like kind of been pushing me towards just continually improving and getting 1% better every day, because I don't want to be in a situation where I can't help my family when they really need it.
Yeah.
Right. And as I feel like I'm in a situation right now, and like it's something that like I still struggle with at times, like, you know, feeling that. And I know there's people out there that struggle with the same thing too, right? As immigrants, families and stuff like that, not being able to move back and forth like how you want to, right? So I couldn't go home, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't help my mom. I was like, bro, I can't lose these people at this stage in my life. Right? Like, it was just so much kind of stress that I was under. Thankfully, time passed. She got a little bit better. You know, she got better. Bro, like maybe 2 months after that, bro, my dad has a heart attack.
Damn.
Bro, so actually it wasn't classified as a heart attack. I think he had like a panic attack, but it hit him like a heart attack.
Yeah.
But everything was good with his heart and everything, but he had an attack very similar, like same way. He used to have to be in the hospital, everything, and take time off work. So, and like that was like one after the other.
Back to back.
I got injured. My grandma died.
Yeah.
My mom had a heart attack. Then my dad suffered a heart attack. Like, bro, what's going on? And that's like boom, boom, boom. So I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And like, then I was stressed about that. I was like, yo, like, what am I gonna do? You know? And then thankfully, the one thing I was thankful for, I was able to bring my pops up to get checked out, right? Like, so he can get checked out and everything was okay. But that just showed me, like, it really changed my perspective. Like, all that happened to me in that year, like, I know some people might think, like, I'm not the same, which is true. Like, I'm not the same, because you can't go through that type of stuff and be the same.
Yeah,
like, like, they said that when somebody goes through a traumatic experience, they go through like a period of like a traumatic growth.
Yeah,
right.
Always.
And that growth is like you have a different view on life. You have a different perspective, because like I see things differently now, because I realize that every little decision that you make in life, it matters. It adds up, right?
Yeah.
It adds up, because like I said, if I chose the wrong school, they wouldn't have that physiotherapy clinic.
Yeah.
If I didn't get injured in the first place, that year, that time, I would have never seen my grandma before she died.
Yeah.
I would have never, if I didn't, for some reason, want to take the selfie stick and take videos, I would have never had no videos of my grandma.
Yeah.
If I didn't, come back to if I didn't come back, then maybe I wouldn't have like got to experience other different things, right?
Yeah.
And so, it was a lot in that year, but I definitely grew a lot, and it made me put more emphasis on my family. I'm like, yo, that's why, like, you see me all the time now. I'm always calling back home, calling my parents, and it's like, before I wasn't even calling my parents like that often. I'm like, oh man, I'm in Canada, no, I'm doing my thing, whatever. But it really helped me kind of bring a resurgence into that, talking to my family as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get closer to God, because I realized like in that time period, like like I needed that, right? I didn't have any, like I needed that, right? Trying to improve myself because I want to be in a situation where I can actually help my family, right? So a lot of things kind of happened and I experienced those things there. So I was really grateful for that. So that's I know I kind of went off kind of really long, but
No, you're good. You're good.
but that's kind of like the gist of kind of what happened in that year that when I was away, right? And I know a lot of people don't really know that, but so it was a lot, but like I said, I don't regret anything, right? Because I think all those things made me better, right? All those things, all those experiences that I went through, they're only gonna shape me and help me get better and to be the person that I want to be, the best version of myself that I want to be. And like I said, I think the biggest thing is that when you go through those things, what I've learned is like if you don't learn anything, then it's a loss.
Yeah.
But if you like, no matter what in life, bro, you're gonna fail.
100%.
Like, bro, you're gonna fail. You're gonna go through rough times. You're gonna go through struggles. You're gonna go through obstacles.
Yeah.
But if you don't learn from it, then it's an L.
Yeah.
But there's no such thing as a loss, bro, unless you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you don't learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then, bro, then it's bad.
That's bad, yeah.
But if you learn from it, it's not a loss, bro. And I think that there was no losses suffered in that thing, even though I'm not playing football like I want to at the capacity that I want to anymore, or not in certain places that I want to be at the moment, or I'm not in a financial situation that I want to be to be able to help my family. It's all a learning experience because those things are going to shape me to be able to be in the position that I want to be.
Yeah, because I also think, like, for me, experience, like, when you get to that point of where you want to be, you're going to value it more.
100%.
Because, like, say you never went through what you went through. Like, most of the struggles you already mentioned, I feel like, maybe I'll ask you, do you feel it was more, like, mental, emotional, like, struggle?
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
Mentally, for sure, it was very big on me, especially, like, after the injury, because after the injury, I doubted myself a lot. Like, I was like, man, am I still this guy? Because, like, this guy injured me and he took me out. Like, this guy injured me and he took me out just like that for the whole season, bro. You know, like, almost altered the projection of my whole career in this sport. Yeah. So I was like, man, I felt really weak, and mentally it really messed with me, because then I like doubted myself. I was like, yo, maybe I can't do this thing. Maybe I won't make it through how I want to, right? Or even like when I went home, right? Yeah. There were some people that were like, yo, they knew that what I was doing, and like they really supported me with my football and stuff. Like, yo, man. Like one of them was like, yo, he's like, yo, bro, you were the one, bro. Like you were gonna make it, bro. Yeah. And like, bro, even though I know he was singing in a good way, bro, that thing like hit me. I was like, bro, I could have like, because there was no one from my island, from Union Island, that's been made it to like a pro level of a sport like that, football. So I was like, I can be the first one, and I can come back, I can help, I can do these different things, right? And when I got injured and I couldn't do that anymore, I was just like, man, like, I felt so, I was like, bro, like, I didn't even, sometimes like, it was hard for me to go back home and talk about it, because I was like, yo, like, I just always kept reminiscing about it, right? Yeah. But now I've set on my side that I'm going to be known for something else, right? Yeah. I'm going to set aside something that I can help motivate and inspire people into like, I really want to improve people's quality of life and their mindset, because I realize how big the mindset is from all those things that I went through. Yeah. Because all the situations that I went through, there's two ways. Like I always tell you, there's always two ways I can react. Yeah. I can choose to react like, oh man, all this stuff happened to me. Oh, bro, this, my grandma died, this happened, or I got injured, this happened, and then I can just use it as a thing, as a negative thing, and never keep going. But I'm like, you know what? Nah. Yo, my grandma died, and the last thing she told me is she wants me to go back to Canada and make something of myself. All right, bet. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to dedicate whatever I do to her. Yeah. You know, this injury, it could break me, but nah. I'm a beast, yo. I'm not gonna let this injury break me. Even though it might take time, I'm not where I want to be exactly right now, for sure. But I'm not gonna let this thing define me, you know? I want to set a good example to my little brother. Yeah. I want to set a good example to other people, and I want to inspire other people. So I'm gonna work on myself and let myself be the story so that I can help other people, right? Yeah. Things with my mom and my dad and stuff like that. Those things just inspire me. That's my motivator is why I want to be in a better situation so that I can actually help my family. Yeah. So it just all depends on how you choose to look at things. Sure. So that's kind of what I've learned from my thing. Yeah,
I think from the story so far, pretty much, from what I've gotten so far is like, any experience you go through, like you don't, like you said, you don't see it as a loss. You see more like, okay, this happened to me. Yeah, you might break down. You might be like, yo, why? You might ask yourself those questions, which is normal. Like you're human, but don't get. I think what I've known, like you didn't get too stuck in that phase.
Yeah.
And like, you didn't get too stuck in that phase saying that, oh no, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Like you were like, okay, this happened. Accept it from it. What did I learn from it? And move on from it. And I also think like a big part of you is like you had good friends, you had good family, like you had a good circle.
That's like as you were talking, I was just thinking that because I gotta shout out Pete actually, the boy PSL wave. Y'all gotta go check out his music, but I gotta shout him out because when I was in the hospital in Halifax, I remember he had a show, right? He had a show and he came to Halifax and he's like, yo, Aquille, yo, where you at, man? Where you at? I have a show. I want you to come, right? I have a show. I have a pastor. I want you to come back with me, right? I'm like, bro, I'm in the hospital, bro. I can't come, bro. I got injured. He's like, what? And he came, bro. I will never forget this, bro. This guy came, spent the whole day. He had a show. He spent his whole day with me, bro. Bought me pizza, bro. I remember the barbecue pizza. Bro, barbecue pizza. He sat there, he ate it with me, he stayed with me, dog. He just talked to me the whole time I was injured. Then he went to his show, then he came back. Bro, I'll never forget that. I got mad love, mad respect for you, P. So, like I said, go check out his music.
PSL Wave.
Like PSL Wave. I got mad respect because I remember what he did for me. So, he didn't have to do that. Like, he could have just been like, okay, bro, I can't see you. You know, it's okay. I got to go to my show. But, bro, he came, even before his sound check, ran back, did his sound check, came back, bro. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he came back and spent his time with me. So, like, bro, I'm never going to forget stuff like that, bro. The people that helped me along the way, I will never forget that stuff, bro. That was big. And I had a good support system. Like, I had people around me who were still, like, supporting me, who were still like, yo, you can come back, bro. Even D, you know, D was like, yo, bro, you can come, bro. You came back from your injury. And it's just like, bro, a lot of people don't come back from an injury like that. Just those words are encouraging to me. Yeah. Whether it be true or not, bro. Like, those, what they're saying to me is encouraging me. I'm like, okay, you know what? Okay, I can come back. I can come back. So, I got a lot of respect. So, yeah, shout out to D2, my city, right?
My city, yeah. I like his saying, I move a day.
I move a day, you know? He got all the quotes, man, all the quotes. So, yeah, like, I got to shout out a lot of people. Like, if I don't remember and I don't shout you out, it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys a lot because you guys don't know how much you meant to me to help me kind of get from my injury and to keep going, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So my another question I have for you is like during that state, like when you were injured and everything, did you think or do you think you were depressed?
Oh no! I don't think. I know I was depressed because, bro, you don't understand. Like, it was like I was depressed, but I was also in denial. Yeah. But like, so I was like, yo, man, how can I be? I felt really, really weak, bro. Yeah. Like, I felt really weak because I was like, yo, how can this happen to me and it just like mashed me up like this? Yeah. Right. And like, I was really down on myself. I think the hardest critic is usually yourself. Yeah, 100%. Right? Always. I think you're usually the hardest critic on yourself. And I was like super hard on myself. I was like, yo, bro, you're a bum, dog. You're weak, bro. How are you letting this man mash you up? And then now the school didn't even continue after I finished that part. They didn't continue. They didn't extend it to the summer. No. So they didn't follow they didn't complete what they said they were gonna do. Yeah. Right. And I was like really a lot of resentment towards them. Like I was just mad. I was mad. I was depressed. I was just like, why? I was asking God, I was like, yo, why would you let this happen to me? Like, why? Like everything I do, I feel like I'm always failing. Like I'm doing basketball. I got injured in basketball, or my coach. You know, I let my coach break me, and that I kind of quit and gave up on one of my real passion. And then football comes, and then I get injured in football. Like, why, bro? Like, why does this stuff keep happening to me, right? And I was like, bro, I was really, really down on myself. Yeah. And if it wasn't for, if it wasn't for the people around me, like really helping me, like even when that stuff happened to my grandma and my mom, bro, I was so depressed because I couldn't help them, bro. Yeah. Like, I hate that feeling, bro. I couldn't, like, when my mom was saying, I couldn't even bring her up to be like, yo, let me pay for a ticket for you to fly up and get you checked out. Bro, I hate that shit. But that feeling, it still irks me to this day, right? It still irks me to this day to have that feeling, to not be able to bring her up like how I wanted to, or bring my little brother up when he wants to come and be with his family. Bro, that stuff, that leads me to depression sometimes too, because it's like I hate not being able to provide for my family like the way I want to, bro.
Yeah.
Like I hate it, right? One person I also got a shout out to, Serafina, big shout out, because like I said, I never had a picture of my grandma or anything like that before. And when my grandma died, she actually went. I think I had like one picture on Facebook. She got the picture on Facebook and framed it and brought it to me. Wow. Right? Like, bro, that thing, I can never forget those things, bro. I can, no matter what, I can never ever forget those things. I really, really appreciate that. Serafina, shout out to that. Shout out to you for that. So yeah, like I was definitely depressed, man, for sure.
Well, but even after going through that though, like you said, you had good friends and family, and that pushed you. So the key thing I'm just trying to bring out is like you went through that struggle, like you were injured, like, and then you had to go through back to back different traumas, like losing your grandma, mom having a heart attack, dad having a heart attack, but you still pushed through. Like right now, you're still in one piece.
Yeah.
Like the whole point I'm trying to make is like, life is not fair. Let's just be straight up. Yeah. You're gonna go through struggles. You're gonna go through times that where you're gonna want to break. Exactly. But the reality of it is like, it's okay. Like I always say, like it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay there. Yeah. Like you're gonna go through struggles. Like life. That's how life is. Like life is tough. Life is not easy. But when you get to that point where like you're going through different stuff, you have to push. Yeah. It's just out. Like now, for example, like I think like right now, what's motivating the most, like from what I've already heard, is like you want to be able to provide. You want to be able to You want to be able to provide for your family. You want to be able to do stuff for them because that fuels you inside. So that's like a will. That's a will. Like it's pushing you. That's your motivation right there. Yeah. So key thing is like you're going through stuff, but you push through. So like anyone that's depressed out there, it's easier said than done. It takes a lot of work. Yeah. I can only imagine like the amount of days where you're like, and the crazy thing is like you said you were home. Like, imagine just you thinking about different stuff in your head. Yeah,
especially because I had so much time on my hand. Like, all I had was time, right? So, I had so much time on my hands, so I was just thinking. I was like, yo, damn. Like, thinking so many thoughts, right? And it's like, that's why, like, I really kind of try to push positivity and stuff like that, because if I'm not thinking positive, bro, and I'm thinking negative, bro, it's going to be hard, bro. You're not going to, like, the depression and stuff, you're not going to be able to get through that stuff. Quick. If you don't have good quality friends supporting you, if you don't think positive thoughts, like, bro, you still have to be realistic, yes, but you have to be positive. Even in reality, be positive.
Positive, always, yeah.
Right, like you're tired, you lose your tire, you're like, oh, you know what, bro, it's good, because if I lost this tire on the road, if I lost it on the highway, it would have been worse. True. I lost it here, I can fix it. It's okay. Yeah, it sucks. It's gonna take a little bit of money out of my pocket, but I can fix my tire here. Whereas if it went off on the highway, bro, I might have been in the ditch. I might have been dead. Yeah, right? And that's really what I want the Grind Theory podcast. This is what it's really about. Like, yes, we're gonna crack jokes. We want to make it in a fun, entertaining way. I love humor. I want to bring humor into it, right? But the goal is really to talk about the struggle and to really, because I know there's people that are going through different struggles in their life. Not everyone is going through injuries. Some people are going through breakups. Some people are going through financial struggles, relationship, whatever struggle they're going through. But I want to bring people on here that can do it bring it in a fun way, tell their story. But tell their story of the struggle, because you always see the end result. You see me now, you wouldn't know all that stuff happened to me.
Never know what it went through.
You never know what I went through. Know. But me telling you about the struggle now and telling you about the little things that I did to help me get through it and push through it, it might give somebody else a tip. Yeah. You might just take one thing. You might be like, oh, you know what? Surround yourself with a good circle of people that can support you and motivate you. You might only take one thing from what I say.
That's true.
But that one thing, I wanted to like help you get through whatever your struggle is, right? Yeah. And that's the whole point of the Grind Theory podcast, is to talk about the struggle and to talk about how we overcame it and what we learned from it.
Yeah, the struggle of him like puking and shit.
You know, the puking and shit. Yo, that was bad, man. Bro, that was bad. It was bad. I can't never face that nurse ever again, bro.
Okay, but now I have a question for you. So what happened when you go back to after the war, like the year of you going through that deep struggle? Well, I don't think was it that you moved in and went on, or no? Was it immediately after?
It was in that year, like sometime in that year.
Yeah. That's when I met this big man. So what happened? I'm gonna let you do the talking, because I know I hear it. No. So so what happened when you after going through those situations and pushing yourself through and actually getting better, when you moved fully back down to Edmonton? So what happened after?
Well, like I said, I didn't have.
Yeah, it was for the streets.
I didn't. I didn't have sex for a very long time. It was like 9, 10, 11 months.
For the street.
So when I did come back, I will admit I did go very hard. I was in the streets.
For the streets.
I was living in the streets.
Yeah, morning, afternoon, night, every day.
As much as possible. I was. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
That's true. No.
It
is what it is.
I was trying to have lots of sex, man, because I was deprived of it when I was home. You know,
Yeah.
not being able to. I can't bring people to my girl to my parents' house.
Yeah.
I'm saying my brother is there. All that stuff is, you know.
Yeah.
But when I came back, like I was like, yo. You know, I was ready, bro. I was hot, bro.
It was mashing. It was
hungry,
hawk
bro.
mode.
I was hungry, bro.
Hawk mode. It was mashing them up
Dog.
everywhere. Nah, I was gonna dive into this, but maybe not today, cause
Yeah.
I don't want to dive into this side of the story.
Don't worry, we always like we'll be able to bring up like there's lots of different struggles that we face in life, but we'll be able to bring up different things as we go through different episodes, you know, and have different guests on, and different stories will come out. So
Yeah, true. Oh no, this struggle is I feel like this one, because I don't want to talk about it right now, because like you already talked about like a major one. I don't want to mix it up, because this struggle that I want to dive into, I think is one thing a lot of guys can relate to.
yeah,
Like facts, like trust me, like I know a lot of guys can relate to, cause I think right now you're actually doing way better.
oh, bro,
Way
man,
better.
Before, yeah, like I still struggle.
better.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Still
like
struggle.
perfect. I still struggle.
Yeah.
But bro, way better. Like,
And I can express a little bit of it. Trust me, I saw it. I seen it. I saw what it was doing.
I think I was an addict, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was having like withdrawals, bro. Like actually, it's like shaking, bro. After 1-2 days.
Now we'll leave it for the next.
We'll leave that for the next time,
episode.
though.
But yeah, if you guys have heard about the struggle of the origin of the man with the ball, come on, show it for the people. Wait, listen. If you guys drop a like, subscribe.
If
and
we
drop a
get
comment,
if we get like 100 likes, 100
likes?
100.
Come on, that's too small for the
All
grand
right,
theory.
you go.
Now go. Let's go big. Go big or go home. Let's go 1K.
Okay, so less.
If you get 1K likes, I'm gonna show the boss. No. We'll make the mango skin.
Now, whoa.
Listen. This
Committee, dog.
No. Listen.
Wait.
No.
Okay, I'll go skin if we get 1,000 likes. If Ori goes skin as well.
No, 1,000 for you. Because yours should have a lot to lose.
Listen, I got a lot to lose too, bro.
Listen, take it off.
Nah.
Like, remember, guys. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm gonna put the video there. Shout out to Manny Man. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it. Don't worry, you guys are gonna see it. But if we get, honestly, I gotta go big because I value this shit. I value this a lot. This took me time. Let's see.
But it'll go back, bro.
Nah, bro. If we get 100K likes,
Say less. Does that just mean in total on the podcast or just on the episode? In total on the podcast.
nah, it's all the podcast. Nah, that's doable. Let's
So
see.
on the episode.
On this episode, I'll make you. We can always preach. Let's be realistic. Let's see. 1K for you.
All right, bet.
I'll go 3K.
Bet. All right.
But that's within the time frame. Nah, you know what? Nah, 3K likes. I'm going big. Go big or go home.
Bet.
I'll go skin.
Like a buzz. Like a buzz.
Nah, bro, skin.
Just like a buzz, bro.
Nah, bro, skin.
This guy's trying to get,
Bro,
trying to do this.
the hair has to match your forehead, bro.
So your hair's gonna match your forehead, then?
100%, bro.
All right, bet.
Take it all off.
Bet.
It's gonna go back.
Yo, let's get the 3K, dog. I want to see this man bald, dog. He's gonna be mashed up.
Nah, bro. This guy be trying to get, bro, the braid up.
I've never seen him bald before.
Bro,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Anyways, guys, drop a like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Catch you guys in the next one.
I know we went a little bit long today, but we just wanted to give you that to give that story. We can always, unfiltered.
Yeah.
Be really real and actually like tell you like how it is, right? Because I don't want to sugarcoat anything and give you like a false story, right? I want to tell you exactly how it is so you can know exactly how I felt. There's no filter on it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly how I felt,
Unfiltered.
all the stories. Because then that's how I'm gonna help you. I can't help you if I'm telling you a lie.
Facts.
Right? So
Yeah.
so
Told you
yeah.
the story of the man that shot himself and puked. Doggy, man. Honestly,
Comment, like, subscribe.
I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.